if I'm the coach of Rare Adam, then I've been to a major final and I probably have better advice, but I'm not. So the advice I'd give to them is forget the first map, clean slate. Mirage is where you start things off. Treat it like a best of one and then treat the next one like a best of one as well if you win. Still, pressure is on them as Mongols wipe the floor in that first map. Now we head into the second one in the lower bracket final of the ESL Challenger Jönköping. Close qualifiers for Asia.
Yeah, the last chance for either of these teams. Of course, Tyloo waiting in those finals, and they look hot to trot. Mongols showed very good form on Anubis, and now just bursting into this B bomb site just with the courtesy of the flash and the smokes that are down. The duelie's doing a whole lot of work there for Xpro, already up to 2 kills. Mzinho took a lot of damage for his fight as well, but he doubles up for the entry, and so now there's space to plan.
Corey's nowhere nearby, so there is a world where, you know, these market players aren't quite able to coordinate with him, and the cross back over for bLitz has been ensured. Corey's just trying to keep his eyes over to the bench area. 9-10 maybe zoned out for a second. Fozzy takes advantage of it. He gets the first kill, but it's bLitz to counteract. Corey's still not able to close him down, and as he's looking to close the distance, it's a 1-on-2. Mzinho's already got 3 kills in this pistol. Could it be 4 for him? He is hiding away, playing the time, and it feels like Corey doesn't have time to defuse it, even if he had gotten both frags. And yeah, feels like 4 kills in every single pistol round so far for the Mongols.
Yeah, 4 kills from Senzu on the Anubis T-side pistol, and this time it's Mzinho. This time the youngest guy on the squad is the one that gets it. The Senzu wasn't far off of that marker. It's a young man's game when it comes to these pistol rounds, clearly.
I think Senzu got the 4K in the CT side as well, right?
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
It's been 4s and 4s and 4s. What is this nade supposed to accomplish here? Just like popping open the smoke? But your players don't have armor. Okay, so you're popping it outside so it doesn't damage. Okay. That is, you know what, I do like that, but I think bLitz and Senzu do as well.
Yeah, it's a cute idea if they weren't both hidden towards the top mid boxes and actually tried to take mid-floor, for example, which they just decided to not do. It's again a very well-handled anti-eco from the Mongols.
Techno shows him how to really nade window. It's like, that's not how you do it.
Yeah, he did the one that did damage. You know, obviously the Random side didn't want to take that extra damage.
They're not willing to commit, Michael. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You could burn your ships. And yourselves with shrapnel. I can't remember if Fozzy actually went for an AWP at any point in Anubis. It felt like, even if he did, he didn't really get any kills with it. So looking forward to him having one of those. Corey, for now, has been removed from the server, playing a significantly more crucial role. This time he will continue to maintain position in connector. It feel like on Anubis' CT side saw barely any action.
Yeah, it felt like Corey was the main instigator kind of guy in the late round situations, but if he's getting picked off at the start, that is a bit of a worrying sign. Now losing somebody over at B as well. Starting off 3-on-5 in your first gun round. Things could certainly be going better. Uzi found inside of Con, and now there's just a nice little path carved out towards that A side where they still have Mzinho lurking inside of Palace. Some are just creeping out towards jungle, and we'll get a free kill. In fact, a free one right behind it. bLitz just happened to line up with Senzu, so it's a lovely double, but is it enough to allow Xpro back into this round or not?
Not. I'm leaning towards that. The jury's still out, though. And Xpro is out as well. He doesn't want to be a part of this courtroom. Maybe just go back and save the AUG. No kit for him either, so at this point, all he can hope for is to take this one forward. No, Michael, I was watching TI yesterday, so we'll be able to take Techno down. I was watching TI yesterday, and I forgot how much Dota casters can, like, just swear on air. Like, in TI and only TI, like, that's the only one where they can. There were just, like, F-bomb things drop everywhere, and I was just thinking, man, do sometimes want to talk about that.
We've opened ourselves up to it as well. I mean, it's not like we're shunned from doing it. I think it's just broadcast etiquette that we don't. There's a wide range of age groups and you know, different cultures that enjoy Counter-Strike alongside us, so we try and be respectful where we can.
True.
So sometimes when we're given the green light, it does just kind of, you know, we just start slinging them out.
Well, because I do think Rare Adam are thinking of quite a few F words right now, as X-Pro does get taken down right now in through middle as well. That's their fully rifle now transferred over to Corey, who, you know, could be argued should be a better hand at it, but he has to prove that argument.
I think so far in this Jönköping qualifier, I don't think we've seen any success making use of that little gap around the smoke while you have to spam it in window. I think every time we've seen someone go for it, they get instantly destroyed. But that fate also seems to be shared by Senzu on short. In fact, Summer joins alongside him for a quick kill on the CZ, a rifle recovered. They're at a man disadvantage, and there's weapons that have fallen into the Rare Adam side. Fozy, oh, just perfectly done. Instant 2 headshots on that Deeg. Techno was trying to link up with them on that B bomb site, but now this round is fully cooked. Corey has him locked in position, but Techno still making a good go of it.
That is a couple of great shots from Fozy, I have to say. You know, first one was easy enough, but calm with the second as well. 9-10 doesn't have time to react. And Mongols haven't quite checked all their angles, I suppose. Despite the early advantage, it's now Techno left alone. Any damage would be nice, especially if he can take out this AWP from Fozy's hands, but Fozy's now turned away. Techno's going to have a 1v1. Somebody on the other side does have a very competent deagle, but Techno will be able to drop down, even get the bomb plant in, so a little bit more money guaranteed. That's going to help out 3 of his players. They aren't the healthiest as far as financial situations are concerned. A nade from Fozy could take down the smoke, but instead he's taking down himself. Summer right behind him could have been lined up on the spray. It's something that Techno doesn't commit to, though. So first round will get on the board for Rare Adam, regardless of how close it gets.
Yeah, that's really, really scary. What was a 1-on-4, Techno almost fully converts. If Summer was a little bit further away, or it had decided to walk through from the market door instead and not played right on the back or right on the tail of Fozy's AWP, then I mean, it's all kind of up in the air whether or not they win that round back after such a significant man advantage. But Summer is all reliable. Nice job from them as well, just playing together to make sure he didn't get those 1v1s. And Rare Adam do strike in with their first round. Mongols, of course, can rebuy. And they're not spreading out in the same way that they have been so far on this Mirage. Instead, going for a full-on A-hit. Well, goes quick, but yeah, okay, follow-up is also there. And also there's that smoke at jungle took a little while to bloom. In fact, they just keep on blowing it open with the HEs. 5-on-3 made 4 as suddenly bLitz has a bit of space. 9-10 just shot, however, and it does feel like they're very restricted, just cannot set up in proper post plants. bLitz didn't even commit to Palace. Instead, he's rerouting to ramp, and this bomb is not planted for him.
Yeah, it's just fully diffused out. Not even give it a chance to try and get into position. Someone will take him down. I have to say, that might be the best utility of the nades breaking open the smoke that I've seen on Mirage in a very long time. Most of the time, trying to go for just that one single pick-off, it seems like such a silly gimmick to me. It just feels like you're wasting money and whatnot. But if you can just completely prevent the CT cross like that, continually nading it open, just getting advantage after advantage, that is going to make it really difficult to actually execute onto the bomb site. Yeah,
it's one of the strengths about the interaction on this map in particular. I think it's one thing that we even saw Na'Vi do in their debut with Blade playing instead. Like, he was using the HE to basically disrupt A-hits all the time. But this is a much pacier play here from the Mongols, and they run into the spray of Corey and through the Molotov, so he gets one post-mortem. bLitz doesn't have a weapon that he can really utilize as the Glock, but his teammate in Senzu has an AK, and he's brought it back to closer numbers. Yeah, well, bLitz can't make too much use of this. No armor, and X-Pro just simply feasts on his carcass. Rare Adam right up to equal Stevens, 3 a pop now as they've chained some rounds together.
Stevens is pretty happy right now. He's been called even for so long that, you know what, equal will have to do. For Stevens. Good stuff from Mirage Adam overall, though. I have to say, Corey being put onto the spotlight as, you know, playing that A anchor / connector role is going to be really interesting when we start moving over towards Mongols being on the CT side as well. Drawing that comparison between him and sort of that Mzinho bLitz combination will be very interesting. But for now, with Summer, who's gotten very aggressive all the way out to Palace, he's gone deep. And if he can find the kill on Mzinho, I think that would just destroy the Mongols' round plan with the way the bomb has been left behind at spawn.
You kind of highlighted Summer and his willingness to be aggressive, and Mirage, you know, being one of those maps that always kind of felt like a specialty. This is one of those rounds where, because he's so willing to make that move, Adam could actually be a little bit more comfortable in sort of conceding middle control, him having deep position inside of Palace. Problem is that they're not actually routing that way here on the Mongols. They want to set up for a B-side split already on short, and just trying to get that bomb to link up inside of the apartments too.
And the disadvantage of having this push is it's going to be a very, very long time before the rotation can come through, so Fozzy needs to start making a move soon. And he doesn't have utility, so the effectiveness that he can have as an AWP trying to go back into a site when he will be smoked up is incredibly limited. Even though he starts to make a move, he's not the player you want to really see be the one to do it. You'd rather have X-Pro instead. Summer as well, as he will be accelerating, has now been given the call for a B split. The first man has gone down, but Senzu straight at it. Corey not ready for Senzu to check his angle as well. So Fozzy now, nice shot from him, finds Techno up in the air and brings it back to a 3-on-3. Now a boost up to try and get into a better position. Senzu's there on the trade, and really nicely played by Senzu. Is continually putting himself in position to play off of his teammates' deaths really well, but Summer will be able to get the backstab, but he's missed a few shots. Mzinho has to now hold down the line. A one-on-one with X-Pro on the other side. Mzinho's playing with him, but the transfer over back to the back of the bomb site is nice, but Mzinho's transfer himself is not noticed. X-Pro has lost the round, but he will still be able to pull out the Tech 9. Nice. Get the frag, and now on the defuse. I thought he didn't have the kit, actually. Just saw that, but yeah.
Yeah, oh, God, that was so awkward, that 1v1. I mean, Mzinho couldn't quite believe just how well he'd repositioned. You know, like, he played it positionally pretty much as perfectly as you could have. X-Pro had no idea he even escaped from bench. And then Mzinho missed. He missed out on several opportunities to finish that round off. X-Pro given a lot of chances to clamber back in, and like you sort of note after the fact, X-Pro having that kit allows him to win the round. It's not pretty, but Adam will be happy that they're actually on the receiving end of rounds like this now as well. They didn't get many of their 2vx situations to pan out on Anubis. And I just felt like timings were kind of against Atom there as well. Summer had a perfect flank and, you know, shot too quick. Had information, sure, but could have gotten a free kill. Could have played the 2v1.
They're going for the full boost up. I don't know if they've recognized the fact that there hasn't been as much focus on middle control, but now Corey's going to be moving back to check it. Timing is great. Mzinho's gone. Fozzy as well turns away right as they're coming up, but he's got a chance to re-peek. Senzu, the only one to get a frag, and that's also quickly disabled. Summer spotted out, but is still A-okay. He's got the kill before he actually goes down. No grenades here to pop open the smoke, and that means that X-Pro on the other side of it, holding down an angle that he simply cannot capitalize on. 9-10 as well. Finds somebody looking to get aggressive, and Fozzy, he started off nicely with a quick kill on a Techno. It feels like this round might be impossible for him. There's a flank coming in from bLitz, and Fozzy turns around, but he's not scoped in. With that, Mongols will bring it all together. A 1v1 that goes their way this time.
Kind of surprised, in all honesty, that Fuzi's even ready for that, because bLitz, while he found his way through jungle, I don't think there was an audio cue given up about where he'd positioned. He could have rerouted to short, which would have made kind of the most sense, considering it was planted frontside triple. But the fact that he flanked through spawn and Fuzi was ready, yeah, that round gets very, very close. Still, Mongols able to take it. Money is dried up as well here for Adam, even though they've had their chain of successes. This may be... oh my goodness.
Guys,
This is...
Guys.
Honestly, that may not even be completely their fault. This is one of the changes that has happened. Jump height does feel very inconsistent at the moment.
He's standing at the wrong spot.
He is. that you know, but I was trying to give him a little bit of benefit of the doubt.
That's a one jump I consistently make, so I know it's not that hard.
Some players just aren't used to being the stool. Well, Fuzi is used to playing it cool inside of ladder. Double kill here with the Deeg, but Senzu has been honestly playing very, very well. Has a lot of these entries, even if they have been in late round scenarios, sometimes when his teammates have already died, but now just taking control of the ladder room is going to force Rare Adam to respect that as a possibility. They're leaving Corey to his own devices to defend the A-bomb site, which the Mongols are quickly swarming for.
I do like Corey's positioning a lot, though. He's going to have the jump onto bLitz. bLitz is dropping down, and indeed, there's the kill that is found, but Techno's already in from behind. Corey didn't have anyone watching in from CT, so the fact that they're able to strafe out so deep from Palace was something he wasn't ready for, and now with the 4-on-2, 9-10 will be the instant casualty, but the trades are there. Techno will not hesitate to swing out. X-Pro left all alone. The fact that he's even venturing towards the A-bomb side is a slight surprise for me, but it feels like death would mark him on either side, so he is just going back home, going back to spawn.
It's almost scarier to go to B because Senzu was still kind of hunting as they were taking the A-bomb site on short, so yes, this feels about as safe as it could be, unless he'd found his way through top middle, but no such surprises. I don't even really know what Techno's doing when he was jumping there. It felt like a jump spot, but I don't know what he was looking at or what information he was gaining. But just a total misread here from Rare Adam after they've lost that player on short in Fuzi. You know, they feel very uncomfortable with the fact that they could be grouping up for a short side attack. Senzu transitioned from entry to lurker very quickly, and the Mongols able to make good strides with it. Now, Rare Adam did have the saving grace of winning a low buy round. This could be another one where they do some decent damage. The Mongols need to show us that they can properly combat this. And I'm telling you, I don't think I've seen that play around the smoke actually work so far this qualifier.
It does feel like such an instantly pre-fireable position as well.
It's just that it's become now such a well-rehearsed move that, you know, the same way that we used to look at one-way smokes inside of window on CSGO, we'd fire at like the corners of the window. You just change it from the bottom left corner to now the top left instead. Yeah.
All Rare Adam have to do is stay quiet, and they do have the correct setup for this, especially with a lurk from Mongols. This will be a 4-on-4 on the bomb side itself, as long as the safety side can actually start to find a couple of frags here and there. Mzinho using a lot of utility to flush out bottom palace, but it's Fozzy to find the first kill that isn't a recoverable M4, so courtesy of it being on an island, this round becomes all that more easy. Summer, all he can hope for is another frag, but, well, maybe two. No, not quite that.
Yeah, bLitz didn't commit to the plant, had his gun drawn, so not a lot of chance to get more than just the one. The damage is nice. We'll keep the economy somewhat honest on the Mongol side, thing as we are approaching the last couple rounds of the half, so it may not really matter. Even worst case scenario, we'd see likely 4 rifles out for the Mongols. Should they lose this round, of course. It's a big conditional, considering we've seen the tides turn a couple of different ways so far on this Mirage. I do like that Rare Adam have come in with a bit more impact on some of the players we were highlighting before, whether that's Summer, whether it's been Corey as well. You know, he had a nice hold on that A-bomb site, for example. or Fuzi, but I think you noted that we definitely did see the ult come out for Fuzi on Anubis, but like you sort of mentioned, there wasn't a lot of impact, and he's been able to have a little bit more influence here on Mirage, but once again, just simply cannot afford to have it.
Techno's going to be ready for the second as well. Wow. Advantage lost out. The CTs try to make a move, but it works out against them. They have slipped on the dance floor. Senzu flash dodge. I don't know if it's intentional, but it is going to lead to yet another frag being found. Somebody is in a position where if they'd ended up on the B bomb site, then they, theoretically he could have stopped the bomb from being planted, but they're instead going back to A. That's where Summer lies in wait. A individual play can be made. It's a 1-on-2 on the site for now. Senzu hasn't quite added his name to the conversation yet. There's a gun barrel sticking out and somebody's gone. Techno's been hunting all over the shop for him, and they know Summer is the A site player, so this should just be another dead man as he's turned away, but he's able to adjust in time. Looks for another one. Senzu. His position was known, but he still wins the duel. 7th for the Mongols, and they reset the CT economy. This is disastrous from Rare Adam.
I actually can't believe that Techno hunts him there. I couldn't believe that he had the information to work off of. He kills 2 underpass, he goes back, clears through mid, and then reroutes back through underpass and sort of anticipates him to have flanked through spawn. Like, that seemed so ridiculous from somebody's perspective. He tried his best to take some space away, and he found a good timing, but Techno just had a sixth sense about him. Very aggressive move here from bLitz, and doing it in isolation. Has no teammates alongside him, no presence towards B. They're grouped up in A instead. Corey already dealing with Senzu, and that was the only man that was positioned in at ramp, but 3 players out from Palace. Corey caught reloading and not ready for the fight whatsoever. At least they don't know about Summer, but he has to perform in his spot, and Techno shuts him out. A 2-on-4 for what is the last round in this half. This has to be an attempt here from Rare Adam, but at distance with an MP9, it's not the most conducive fight. 8-4 at the half. The Mongols are now just 1 half away from closing this series 2-0.
Never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you. Kick back, relax, there's no rush. And wrapping things up for good. Feels like you're my first crush. back then in the neighborhood. And higher we fly, admire the beautiful things you do. And higher we fly, desire these moments just with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, oh, oh. With you, with you, with you, oh, oh. With you, with you, with you, oh, oh. Yeah.
Once upon a time, a clash between two Goliaths within the Asian scene. When you see the Mongols versus Rare Adam, you know it's going to be a good game. But new rosters for, I mean, once upon a time, the Mongols weren't the Mongols. They were IHC. And this is a brand new Rare Adam squad bringing in European imports that have simply not impressed in today's showing. Last time they faced off against the Mongols in this bracket, in the ESL Challenger Jönköping close qualifiers for Asia, 2 overtime wins, but the Mongols, upset by that last result, now just taking firm control. This Mirage has been one-sided, and 9/10 gets it all started in this pistol.
Senzu's looking to try and replicate his success from Anubis. Some good pistol kills already coming through, but the Mongols haven't had any casualties so far. That is untouched. Every single one of these players have full Kevlar, have full HP. No one takes a lick of damage. Fuzzy even trying to go for the fake out towards the A bomb site. He just dies. And because there's no one in Palace, it's not even like you can criticize, like, well, you know, you should have probably gone Palace or something like it. No, Techno was in Palace, he would have killed him anyway. Fozzy, if he doesn't go there, it's an obvious fake. Yeah, there is no world where you win that if you're not getting the B-side entries, and lots of them.
Pretty much the worst thing that could have happened almost too quickly for Rare Adam in that particular round. It's a pretty disappointing showing. This is tough. Is this what happens when the Mongols veto?
You hate to see it.
Yeah, I just think it's so strange because Rare Adam were doing such a good job of having like nice little aggressive moves the last time they faced off against each other. I noted it on the first gun round we had on Anubis. You know, it almost feels like we've seen them clamor up and maybe play with less confidence, or maybe kind of understanding like we are playing one of the top teams in Asia, but you have to have a certain level of bravado about you. And I guess, I mean, there were attempts, but they were very frequently shut down, so you know, maybe my critique is kind of just all for naught. But you see the confidence come from the Mongols players. bLitz, when he gets rolling, you know you're in for a bad time. They have got the bomb down on a round in which they have committed to the force buy, so the extra money is certainly nice, but they have to worry about getting crunched from a multitude of different angles and trying to fight at distance with pistols. They actually almost all go down in sync. Senzu at distance with 2. And they dealt with the player just committed to the bomb site. So the plant is nice, that's for sure, but they're going to need rounds sooner rather than later.
To pull back the curtain a little bit to the viewers, you know, we were just discussing off air that if this ends up finishing, you know, quickly, it's gonna be a 3-hour-long wait before the next match starts. Normally, the upper bracket sort of advantage is that, hey, well, you know, you get to be rested and everything. Mongols will be rested, they will be warmed up, they'll have everything going for them in that upper bracket finals with how fast they've beaten Rare Adam. Though, you know, road isn't finished yet. There could still be space for a turnaround. It just feels like the light at the end of the tunnel is very quickly dwindling.
It's time for a couple scrims, some anti-stratting.
A nap.
It's the middle of the day for them, so how dare you? I'm sure they're very well-functioning human beings.
Well, Mzinho is very, very well functioning right now. Got 2 quick kills, and 9/10 does turn Fozzie's head into fish food, I believe the term is. Hey, somebody's getting a response in. Corey, he's front pressuring Senzu. He's trying to go for the jump up as well, but is instead forced back through the Molotov. Don't know if he realizes just how close he was to being able to get the equalizer, but it simply isn't going to happen. Somebody's revealed his position. He knows that Senzu is still in that spot, so he's just looking to trace him out. Senzu, Does he recognize that and get the turnaround? No, he doesn't, but 910 has traced Corey in the meanwhile.
Yeah, and the bomb's been in the possession of the Mongols this whole time, so it's not as though somebody could threaten or just run into that B bomb site. He has 40 seconds to reroute and change his spot, make it a little bit harder to track where he's going to go in for that next duel, but they're not even playing right on top of the bomb, and somebody's going to have to slow down at a certain point. By the time he actually recovers the package, it just feels like there will basically be no time to transition into the bomb site. He needs to find this insta-kill onto 910. Spotted now, and he doesn't actually realize that it was both of them, but the flash and the miss from 910, not committing to the duel, not committing to the swing. 910 now spamming, and somebody, it's a nice attempt, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. That gun is positioned in a very interesting way. It's just kind of floating on the box, which is about as interesting as a comment I could make in this game, considering how one-sided this series has been. The Mongols are in firm control, even though it comes down to a 1v1. Rare Atom just need round wins, and they cannot get them.
That's been the story throughout this entire series, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Even the first half, we saw them winning 2 1v1s, sure, but even then, you know, your money's not built up, this and that, everything. Faulty's never going to be able to pull out the AWP. You mentioned he was having economic problems as well. 910 now in the meanwhile, he's got an op of his own. He's peeking down middle. It's another chance for a bLitz to continue to perform. Staying back out towards Catwalk as well. The nade from somebody will finish him off. What's going on? Summer! That is an elevator coming up from below. Mzinho even gets a second. Corey can't clean it up. This is effectively game over now, Rare Atom. If somebody can't bring them out of this hole, then might as well just type out GG. Ain't no way you're coming back from an 8-round deficit. Somebody continues to trail forward. Mzinho on the other side of triple is just going to be safely nestled away. I can't believe he goes for that peek. Sure, might have felt like he needed some information, but regardless, that Molotov doesn't work anymore, by the way, guys. There's a slightly different lineup for it. And somebody has figured that one out as well. Senzu's got a great position. Almost impossible to take him down over here from somebody if he even checks it. And Techno on the other side can go for the wider swing. Footstep given up, so information is very much present, and Techno will be able to swing out wide as soon as the smoke blooms.
Yeah, as soon as he got confirmation as well from his player on short. That relay of information was simply too quick, and yeah, it's kind of disheartening to see this happen, considering how much they tested the Mongols the last time over. And I don't even really feel as though we're getting like a significant underperformance from anybody, really. It does feel as though, you know, we've seen these CT starts from Rare Atom on both of these maps. And, you know, that's the one side where it feels like comms are really the biggest struggle for them. You know, this is first time X-Pro is communicating in English. Summer somebody as well, the same deal, even though they've been in the Chinese scene for quite some time. You know, they've never had a roster like this. Same with Fozy and Corey, you know, trying to interpret, understand, and, you know, coordinate with all of that. This is a process. It's a building block. And Rare Atom are still early in their campaign. Maybe in a few months we can have a different conversation, but for now the expectation was always going to be that the Mongols win it. Just a bit of a shame that it's as one-sided as it has been in this lower bracket final.
Mzinho does end up going down. This time there was no elevator to help him, and X-Pros come through with a quick double entry. So maybe there's still some chances to extend out this lower bracket. It is still going to be difficult. bLitz is able to chain together with a nade from Techno to find a response, and there's no CT smoke, so Techno can get right into the thick of things. Summer tagged down heavily, and nade does absolutely nothing. Not sure how Techno gets away with that when it just bounced off the edge, so the fact that the bomb is planted on the B bomb site is what is still going to guarantee the round. Rare Atom have completely hijacked the Mongols.
I mean, they do know it's not the side of the map. It's just simply, you can't really do anything about it now. There is still some presence that they're trying to flush out. Adam actually kind of want to chase these weapons out of the hands of the Mongols.
That's dangerous. You don't have that much money yourself either. But hey, if you can take them both down, then I guess it doesn't matter if you just keep one alive. Do you take bomb damage even at stairs?
Yeah, I think a little bit.
It's kind of wild.
Yep, Anubis is the only map where the walls actually feel like they stop the bomb quite well. Oh, there's only one survivor, and that was the AWP. Techno being able to save that. Ninethen can still have that in his hands. And it is a full commitment here for the Mongols in response. For Adam, a small saving grace, a round attained. But it's a long road. It's a long way to the top. If they want any sort of chance of rocking and rolling. I think it's just been eerily quiet from the Mongols. You know, no utility exchanged towards middle. No flashes. Very little util over towards ramp as well. There's a hesitation here from Adam. I think anticipating the lower buy. Probably pistols is maybe what they're sort of forecasting, but they know that AWP was saved as well. So just a very cautious approach, considering the risks, the nooks and crannies that need to be cleared out as well versus these pistols. But they've chewed off quite a lot of time, so even if they find where these players are, they can't take too much time dealing with them.
Flashes force off Senzu from his angle. Techno still trying to get an advantage out from the verticality. Will do so. First two kills go the way of the Mongols, and with a quick smoke back to remove Summer from this equation, it's a 5v3 that has been firmly maintained. Only one player back at the B bomb site, so if they want to go contend with that, that is an option, but it is the AWP, so you're almost guaranteed to get one casualty on your side if you are peeking into it. And they are refacing right back to A. Ninethen's made the call, and with 15 seconds, they don't have time anyway to go to the B-bomb site. And bLitz, well, he's been decapitated. There's an AK on the other side of things, held by Mzinho, who continues to rain down hell and brimstone on them. 13 for Mongols, and they will have cleaned this one up. A very easy 2-0 for them.
Yeah, I mean, really, really strong stuff, and this didn't happen like the last time, whether it was the close scorelines, the performance we saw from our Adam, or sometimes the underperformance from some of the Mongols players. You know, we noted...